Does the following patient need Narcan? This video was hard to watch. It was for me anyway.
Hey, Gavin.
You?
Beth just found a syringe and a spoon on the floor of the truck.
You was cooking heroin? All right. Giving you medicine to take away any drugs you might have in your system. Because I don't believe you.
Narcan is an opiate antagonist. What it does is it basically doesn't allow you to get high. Narcan brought his sats up to 90.
The question I have is that if this patient didn't need Narcan 2 seconds before you knew there was paraphernalia on scene, why do they need Narcan now? Being altered and non-communicative is one of the expected effects of a recreational opioid, and Narcan is not indicated for reversal of that condition. Narcan is indicated for respiratory compromise secondary to opioid toxicity, and the signs and symptoms that you would observe would be hypoventilation, hypercapnia, bradypnea, hypoxemia, apnea. If your patient is suffering from undifferentiated respiratory compromise, then the way you would address that is administration of supplemental oxygen, monitoring of end-tidal ventilatory assistance, and or mechanical ventilation. If your patient was showing mild symptoms from opioid toxidrome, which would be a cluster of these symptoms, including other symptoms like constricted pupils, then Narcan may be appropriate once you're monitoring your patient properly and you're oxygenating your patient. But the provider doesn't seem to be concerned about any of this prior to learning that there is paraphernalia on scene. The patient is not on supplemental oxygen. There is no end-tidal monitoring. And the patient is strapped to a non-evidence-based medieval torture device that is known to restrict respiratory capacity by 15%, which increases with extremes of ages and body habitus. Now, at the time of the discussion of this paraphernalia, we're only just getting the pulse oximeter placed on this patient's finger. And this is the only indication we get of the patient's pulse oximetry at this time. And we can see that we're only just now getting a good pleth wave, and it can take up to 2 minutes to get a fully accurate reading. Honestly, this felt abusive to me and seemed to be a misuse of Narcan to elicit something other than a therapeutic response from the patient. I would actually have concerns about administering this patient Narcan. I don't know what his level of use is. I don't want to induce withdrawal symptoms. And he's alert with pink and dry skin and breathing on his own. If he's slightly hypoxemic, that's something that supplemental oxygen can address. This is a TV show that's editing together a story. It may not be the whole story, but the story that's being told here is of a patient who was abused by being administered a medication that was not indicated. And let me also add, it doesn't matter what the patient did to get themselves there. We don't practice instant justice in medicine.